feel like every time I get on camera, I look worse. This is just how I'm feeling. I have been up since 3:30 this morning. I've been at the hospital since 5 a.m. Justin is out of surgery. He's in recovery right now. They put in his Mediport for chemo, and they removed his entire colon. So they attached his small intestine to his rectum. He does not need a bag, which is really good news. I'm sure he will be excited. They were able to do most of the procedure laparoscopically. They did at the end have to make a larger lateral incision down his abdomen because his colon, part of it was stuck to his spleen and they couldn't get it off. But overall, it's really good. That's the outcome that, you know, we were looking for. They decided to take his whole colon because, one, his age and the odds of it coming back are higher. And he does likely have the gene variant for colon cancer, a heightened risk of getting it, being that he's 31. They believe he has it. His mom has it, so they haven't gotten his results back, but they're fairly certain. So that is good news. Good outcome that he doesn't need the bag, because they likely would have had to hold off on chemo, because when you have a colon or an ostomy bag, it can dehydrate you, and that can be an issue for chemo. So that is really good. He was in surgery for about 4.5, almost 5 hours, and now he's in recovery. So once he's done, then we'll be able to see him. Next steps are, we still have to get the PET scan scheduled. There was an issue. The hospital did not go through his insurance to authorize it, to have them authorize it, excuse me. So they messed up on that. We still are waiting for the genetic test to come back. I'm gonna get tested because obviously we have a son together. Excuse me, I'm really tired. Obviously we have a son together, so I'm gonna make sure, but either way, he will likely need to start getting colonoscopies in his 20s. What else? I'm just trying to think, make sure I don't miss anything. So once we get the PET scan done, they sent his colon over to pathology, so we'll have a better idea of how to treat with chemo. He still has the 2 masses on his liver. So we had a CT scan back in April when all of this was starting. We didn't have any idea, and it didn't show anything. So he did another one a few weeks ago, and it showed 2 large masses on his liver. So that's why they're doing the PET scan, to see if it is cancer. Likely it is cancer, because it didn't show up on the previous scan. So that is a whole different, you know, fight. Likely they will try to shrink that with chemo before trying to remove anything. The good news is the liver does regenerate. That's the only organ that does that. I'm trying not to Google, because every time I do, I just make myself ill. So it's just been a long day. It's been a long few weeks. It's been a long just year, I would say. I mean, but that was really good news. So I'm excited to see him when he comes out. Sorry if I keep looking away. I'm trying not to look at myself because I'm just gonna cry. So that is the update. I'm honestly just using this as a video diary more than anything. There's just a lot of information, and I want to make sure that I'm able to remember it all. Okay. I did talk to my aunt. Her husband, her late husband, he did have colon cancer. That did end up spreading to other areas. Obviously different scenario, different age, different everything. So I try not to compare the two. But she does have a lot of good advice, so I've been listening to that, and prayer, a lot of prayer. I packed his Bible with for this day, for his hospital stay, so hopefully he's reading that. Lots of prayer. So just positive energy, positive thoughts. I think more than anything, his battle is mindset. And I've been trying to instill in him that he really needs to try and be positive. It's very hard to do. It's much easier to say that. So I understand that. But it's going to be a long journey. And I told him, I'm like, this is just the beginning. So I really need you to understand that it's not going to be easy. But if you're willing to do what you need to do, then we should be good. Anyway, that's all I can do. My phone is at 25%. So I should probably get off my phone. But I appreciate anyone who's listening. Especially if you don't know me. So thank you.